With the taxation, there are there is the budget that we could be passing tonight for 2026 at the front counter. So if you want to come grab one and take a look as we go through, you're more than welcome. I'm going to call this Truth in Taxation meeting to order at 6 o'clock on Monday, December 8th. So our city administrator is out. We kind of have some sickness going around today, so we're gonna give it a go here. So how do you want to start? Do you want to play Lori's deal, or you want to go through the? Okay. Not till the council.
Welcome. Tonight I will be presenting the Truth in Taxation tax notification process for the city of Cross Lake.
The purpose of this is to inform the public about local taxes. Cities over 500 in population are required by law to hold a public input meeting before adopting a final budget and certifying a tax final levy. How the property tax system works. The county assessor sets proposed property values based on comparable sales. The county auditor treasurer sends valuation notices to property owners in March.
The county conducts the local board of review meeting in April. Residents can question, appeal their proposed values. Values are then finalized and set for calculating taxes. City and other jurisdictions, such as the county and school, adopt preliminary levies and budgets in September. Amounts are included on proposed tax notices sent out by the county in November.
Budgets and levies are finalized in December. Amounts are included on property tax statements sent out in March.
The property tax statement is prepared and issued by the county with a proposed tax. The city, as outlined in blue, shows the year prior and the proposed year, so that we are presenting the budget of 2025 that will be collected in 2026.
County collects taxes and distributes money to city, usually in June and December. Factors that influence your total taxes. Property market value. This is the assessor's estimate of what property would be worth on the open market if sold. Tax capacity, which is the valuation proposed of property based on market value and statutory class rates. Property class rates. This is the classification assigned to each parcel of property based on the use of the property. As an example, owner-occupied residential property is classified as homestead. State aid, also known as LGA, local government aid. This is a state government revenue. LGA is distributed using different formulas for cities over 2,500 and those that are under 2,500 in population. And then we have the following: county budget tax levy, school operating levy, school district voter approved levies, and city levy. For cities, the property tax levy is set after the consideration of all other revenues, including state aids like the LGA. Tax levy history shown here is from 2021 to the proposal of 2026. An overall increased value of $753,119, or a 17% increase, which averages out to be a 3.4% increase over the 5-year span. In 2026, we are proud to show a 0.22%
I'm chatting with Jackson,
levy
letting him know we don't see him.
Services funded by the city tax levy. Where do my tax dollars go? Debt service. This is money that is required to cover the payment of interest and principal on a loan or other debt for a particular time period. I will present the bonds the city holds in the next few slides. Economic development. The $18,100 that is levied pays Brainerd Lakes Area Economic Development Corporation $12,730. This relationship fosters economic vitality for expanding business opportunities and building community within our county. Our local EDA holds regional workshops and focuses on the mission of the city growth, vitality, and tourism. Sewer operating levy. This amount helps subsidize the sewer operating expenditures, less anticipated revenues. General fund. This is what we expect our tax base need is from the citizens to pay all the departmental expenditures, wages, and benefits, which will be detailed more in the next few slides. On this slide, I am showing you a breakdown of the tax levy. The general fund needs are $3,892,715. The debt service is $1,081,103. Economic development, $18,100, and sewer operating fund is $247,053 for the total levy of $5,238,970. Again, this is services funded by the city tax levy, and the outstanding indebtedness is $6.4 million. We have disposal system bonds with a balance of $325,000, Manhattan Point reconstruction bond with a balance of $190,000, capital improvement bonds for City Hall building, land, road, and sewer with a balance of $2,715,000. We have the equipment certificate for a ladder truck with a balance of $500,000. And the 2022 bonds for roads, Moonlight Bay Sewer, and a fire truck with a balance of $2,698,000. Keep in mind we will be adding a bond for the 2025 road improvement project for approximately $1.3 million. In addition to the debt service, the tax levy, as stated prior, includes economic development for $18,100 and sewer operational needs of $247,053. And last is the general fund. The general fund is for public safety, which includes police, fire, criminal, prosecution, emergency planning, and sirens. Public Works, which includes snow
Faintly.
removal, road maintenance, mowing, street lighting, tree removal, cemetery maintenance.
No.
The general government, which includes city administration, city council, and mayor, planning and zoning, audit, elections, and fireworks. And culture and recreation, which includes trails, weight room, shelters, park and recreation programs, community center, library, senior activities, community gardens, and pickleball.
The general fund has both revenues and expenditures.
On this slide, you will see the general fund budget revenues as broken out to show a combined total of $6,334,703. The biggest difference would be shown under the other, which is for the 2025 road improvement projects of all the expenditures paid for in 2025 when we close on the bond in the first quarter of 2026. On this slide, you will see the revenue sources as a percentage of the general fund budget when using the data from the previous slide.
Then you have the expenditures.
Expenditures by function. This breakdown of the full budget of the expenditures are $6,867,366, which has been reduced from the 2025 budget by $388,791. This slide shows general fund expenditures as a percentage of total from the numbers on the previous slide. This illustrates that public safety is our top expenditure in the general budget of 34.2%.
This shows the revenue less the expenditures.
In summary, the 2026 budget is $5,238,971, which is a 0.22% increase. The next steps are to make any revisions of the budget if the council makes any motions this evening to do so, to adopt the final budget and tax levy, and to certify tax levy to the county auditor. The final steps are for the council to Finally, I will do my best to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Oh, jeez. Okay, sorry about that, people on Zoom. That was on Lori's computer and not on Zoom, and we had it the loudest we could here. It's on her computer, and there's no way we could get it to the main system computer, so I apologize there. I just have a few things I need to read first before we go into public comment. And so first off, this is from the city administrator. Tonight, I want to explain in greater detail why we chose to place $100,000 into our city's reserve fund. Our community depends on equipment that is both expensive and absolutely essential. A single plow truck can cost well over $200,000. Even a major repair like a transmission, hydraulic system, or engine can run tens of thousands of dollars, and plows do not break on sunny days. They break during snowstorms when we need them the most. A front end loader can cost upwards of $300,000. Now we hope not to be placed with this kind of catastrophe, but no one ever knows. Our police department faces the same challenges. A patrol vehicle is not typical consumer car. These vehicles run long hours, idling frequently, and are built for emergency response. When a squad car goes down, it could take weeks to repair or even longer to replace. Without reserves, we risk slower response times, fewer officers on the street, and increased safety concerns. And then there are some situations we cannot predict. Storms, including tornadoes, winds, tree damage, infrastructure failures, power outages, and natural disasters. When these events occur, the public expects us to respond quickly. They assume we will have the resources at the ready to protect their homes, their roads, and their safety. Without this reserve, we either delay critical response or we are forced into an emergency spending that costs far more. Just one new pole and one new tornado siren would eat up the $100,000 reserves in a hurry. Putting this $100,000 into a reserves ensure that the city can take action the moment something goes wrong. It prevents us from having to hold a meeting and decide and vote to use dedicated funds and to do budget amendments. It prevents sudden tax increases to cover emergencies, and it keeps our essential services stable and responsive. These funds are not meant to sit idle. They are meant to be available the moment a plow breaks, a squad car is out of service, a sewer collapses, or a storm that causes damage. This is not irresponsible, but in fact, it is responsible planning. Reserves are what allow a city to function smoothly in crisis. They are what protect our infrastructure, our residents, and our budget. This decision is about keeping our city prepared, resilient, and ready for whatever comes next. Thank you. So this year, what we spent for 2025 out of our emergency reserves was a total of $18,770.70. And what's left over, the council needs to make a motion tonight to put into a fund balance, probably either equipment or roads. So we'll have to go over that. But after that, now I'm going to open it up for public comment. So if you want to come up and talk about taxes, you're more than welcome. Come forward. I'm going to enforce the time limit tonight. So come on up. There you go. Marcia, I'll even be nice and give you 5 instead of 3.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Marcia Seibert Bolts, 37668 Moan Beach Trail. You know why I'm here, because I don't believe in adding another $100,000 to the emergency fund. I think that you can, first of all, you would know if your payloader or your snowplow are close to going down. And I don't think that'll happen in Cross Lake because we keep buying equipment and buying equipment. So I'd like to see the city council take that, what's left, 80,000 in emergency reserves? I'd like to have you put that in a general fund emergency reserves and forget about levying another 100,000. To me, it's a slush fund because you can use it on whatever you want then. So I would like to see the city council consider that.
Marcia, I don't disagree with you on maybe having it be viewed as a slush fund, but I do believe that with the 80,000 left over, if we make a motion tonight to put it into our road fund, as well as earmarking this 100,000 for this year's 2026 emergency reserves, whatever we don't use of that gets earmarked for our road improvement 5-year plan. I do believe that would very much so help the.
But you are going to bond for the road project, so there is no reason to put it in the road construction fund. It'd be better used if you just dedicated that 80,000 left and take the 100,000 out. And if you run into problems, use the 80,000 if it's an emergency. Otherwise, you prioritize and reallocate in the budget. So I encourage the city council to do that.
Understood. Anyone else want to come up and talk about taxes? Taxes only at this time. Anybody on come back? Yeah, it's all good. You've got like 3 minutes on the white dial here.
I get to start over?
Oh, yeah, right.
I do have one question that, the joint facility maintenance, 130,000.
Okay.
Is that our share? And so we're doing something for $260,000?
Cheryl Murphy, do you have any knowledge on that one? Marcia, do you know are you looking at this one?
Budget.
What page number?
Yeah, it's on the second, or third page maybe. It's under capital outlay by departments. And if you go to the next page, Public Works, it's 130,000 for maintenance on the joint facility.
I think that's all the project improvements that we're doing together, and that's our share with the county, because I believe Pat, aren't they gonna start ripping up the concrete or something, or what are they doing?
They're talking about a new heating system going in there,
And
$260,000.
and there's a couple other things I don't remember.
I believe
The
there's,
biggest one is the biggest one is the new heating system, because they're gonna take out what is all in there, it's all electric, and we're gonna get a gas-fired boiler and heat the offices and that.
So do you have estimates on that?
The county does.
we
That's
just,
260,000 then.
I don't remember what else, there's all other stuff on there, I don't have it in front of me right now, I apologize.
Okay, thank you.
does anybody on Zoom have anything they would like to say? Anyone wanna contest or protest their taxes here on Zoom? Come on up, Scott.
All righty. You maybe just help me understand the tax percentage of the levy.
Okay.
So
I'll
I got
give
4
my,
properties on Big Pine.
yeah.
Percentages are all 4 different. I'm confused.
Scott, can you just rattle off your name and address
Scott
real quick,
Eichhorst,
please?
14508 Big Pine Trail.
Okay.
Okay. So I got
So-
4 properties. One of the taxes went up 26% for the city. One went up 9%. One is going up 15%. And one's going up 2%. I'm confused.
So I think
Where
that
does
has a
that
lot to
happen?
do with the equation that gets ran from the county, is my understanding. Is that right?
And who can explain
Pardon
this
me?
to me?
Sure. Oh, okay. We can look at your sheets after the
Yeah.
meeting.
Are the properties different in any way?
Yeah, they're all different, but
They're-
they're similar in as much as, they're either homesteaded or non-homesteaded. So I mean, I can get the difference on the exclusions. I'm just kind of like, if a levy's 10%, I get 10%. So there's a valuation, which each one changed, and I get that
Yes.
too. Each one has a different value.
Yes.
Jackson knows my properties and
Yes.
get that. But what's curious is how can I have 4 different percentage rates, one being 2% and one going all the way up to 26%? The 20% increase, actually the valuation is less than the one that's like 9%. So my valuation went up hardly at all. Taxes go up 26% just for the city, I'm talking. County had the same thing going. And then one of them only goes up 9%, or goes up like, the valuation goes way up, but the tax percentage goes down. And just at a loss how these numbers get put together, how the percentage turns out.
That is a fair question, Scott. I don't necessarily understand the whole county equation either, because we just say, hey, we're increasing our taxes by 0.22%, and they put
Right.
it in their equation, and they run it.
So nothing here.
Nothing here.
2% on none of these on my sheet though, for the city.
So that one is going to be wrong now, because we did a preliminary, and that's what they run, of 3%.
Okay,
We just finished a budget meeting. Hopefully tonight we'll adopt our 0.22%. So we were to bring that preliminary levy down to 0.22%. And then you'll finally get a proper tax statement, I believe, after sometime in January,
who
February.
knows where all this came, who do I talk to where to find out how this actually gets put together?
I would say call Crow Wing County. Call the Land Services Assessor.
Perfect.
So, because we just give them the 0.22% and they run it in their calculation.
Yeah, I got no issue with 0.22%. I would.
Hey,
I'm
good.
cool
Thank
with
you.
that. That's
Thank you.
fine by me.
Thanks, Scott.
It's the 36 one that's got me, 26, that's kind of got me
Yes.
disturbed here, because besides that, then the county did the same thing, and the
Yes.
school was the same thing. It's like, it's a
Yes.
40% increase, actually.
It's
for me
huge.
On one property.
It's
So,
huge.
it's kind of concerning.
Totally.
Okay, thank you.
Totally. Thanks, Scott. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, council, back to a citizen request. What do we want to do with this 100,000 here? Do we want to have a continued conversation? Do we want to leave it? We've had this conversation come up numerous times during budget meetings, and we have decided to keep it at 100. So I'm just curious if there's any last minute reservations from any council members.
I'd keep the 80 move it to the public works, or sorry, to the streets, and I would keep the 100,000.
All right, Robin?
I agree as well.
Okay, Bob?
I agree with that.
Sandy?
Agree.
Okay, I agree with that too. Jamie, do you want to make that first motion of earmarking that 80 and putting it into a designated fund?
I make a motion to move the 80,000 left over from emergency fund from this year into roads and streets improvements.
Okay, there's a motion to move the 80 into road, streets improvements. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
There's a second to move the leftover emergency funds from 2025 into the roads improvement plan. City Clerk, can you please take the roll?
Robin?
Yes.
Bob? Yes. Jackson?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
Sandy?
Yes,
Motion carries.
Is there a motion to adopt the 2026 levy at $5,238,971?
I so move.
There's a move. Is there a second?
I'll second
There's a second to adopt the total levy for 2026 at $5,238,971. Clerk, please take the roll.
Bob? Yes. Jackson?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
Sandy?
yes,
Robin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
The 2026 tax levy has been adopted with a 0.22% increase, netting out at $5,238,971. Is there a motion to adjourn
No,
the?
we also need to approve the budget.
Oh, sorry. I thought that basically meant approving the budget. Is there a motion to approve the 2026 budget?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 Cross Lake City budget.
I'll second that.
There's a motion and a second to approve the 2026 budget. Is there any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, clerk, please take the roll.
Jackson?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
Sandy?
yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Motion carries.
The 2026 budget is adopted. Is there a motion to adjourn the budget meeting? Or, sorry, to adjourn truth and taxation?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
There's a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor of adjourning truth and taxation, clerk, please take the roll.
Jamie?
Yes.
Sandy?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Jackson?
Yes. Truth and taxation is adjourned. Are we going to keep the Zoom rolling for the next one?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So we will